Today we're gonna look at the front caliper to see why the car clanks every time you press the brakes back and forth. If you go backwards, you press the brake, it clinks, then you go forward, press the brakes, it clinks. We're gonna see what the problem is and if we can fix that. Yeah, there we go. Let's just hang this here. And yeah, so I think the problem, what's been happening is that pad, that's the play. That the quality of parts with every year becomes worse and worse. And so obviously that's what's making that clunk sound. And usually people would just replace the pads, but these are new pads, and I was thinking, is there a way to fix that? And I think I thought of one way, like a Mickey Mouse fix, and I'm wondering if somebody was able to fix it in a different way somehow, but without replacing the whole pad. So the idea here is I'm just gonna use this epoxy putty, and you see it binds to steel, iron, stainless steel, copper, brass, aluminum, and bronze. It's basically like a liquid metal, and you can mold it to any metal part. And then we're gonna add, so the idea is here I'm just gonna add some putty on this side here, this side, and then on the bottom part, and I sort of make this opening narrower so the pad stands very snugly and doesn't move. And the other thing about the putty, what's good is you can file it. So if I overdo it and it's too narrow, then I can just file here to make sure that it fits. Yeah, so that's my idea. This you can buy at any hardware store. It's like $8 for the whole stick, and when you need like 1 millimeter of it, so it's not going to be using a lot, but we'll see how it goes. Here's the tube, and you're just supposed to make it uniform, and it starts working. The setting is about 1 minute. So you have to work quick, and then it cures as a metal in about 1 hour. Yeah, so see now I can feel it starts to get warm, so it's working, and the color becomes uniform. So I'm just gonna take little pieces and just sort of attach it to the pad, and this way we make a little bit narrower opening on both sides. So I used like a screwdriver and sort of compacted it here. And as you can see, there's like 1 millimeter added here, and same on this side. Just gonna edit a millimeter of the putty, and it doesn't matter how it looks on the outside, because this part obviously not going to be touching anything, but also we're gonna file everything that we don't need. This is the back pad putty here as well. I mean, it does have the play a little bit, so maybe I'll just add 1 millimeter on that side. So, yeah, it looks like metal has set and this cured. And now we just need to file this a little bit. Round file here. So let me make it smooth. And I'll file here just a tiny bit so it will be even. And this part too. So we'll make it even. And yeah, we'll try it on. Let's see, so on the back pad, just add it a little bit and then we'll just roll it like that to sort of make it a little flat. Here, doesn't really matter. File this part later. Here, just remove some of that excess. And it also doesn't matter because it's not going to be touching the pad. It only matters for that bracket where this is going to be standing and like sliding back and forth. Alright, so this is the back pad, and this is how much I added. See, about a millimeter on this side, and about maybe 1.5 to 1, right in that spot where it was kind of holding on to the bracket. It was going up and down. But this, it still has to go back and forth. Right. And one thing I should mention here, when you put the pads, it has to go in fully. So even like there's 0.5 millimeter stretch, so it has to come onto the bracket fully. Same thing in the back. But if it doesn't, what might happen? It will get stuck, and then it will be uneven wear. So you have to make sure that it slides on fully. And obviously this part here, that needs to be lubricated, right? That slides back and forth. But yeah, so okay, I think we did it. Put it in, and here, see, you can see how much of that liquid metal putty we added here, and then about what, like a millimeter, and here about a millimeter. Yeah, so there you go, exactly 2 millimeters. But the pad now comes in, and you can see it can slide forward and backwards, and so it's supposed to be, but up and down it no longer slides. See, that should eliminate the knock. Okay, so that's basically the fix. And yeah, so I'm just gonna put some brake cleaner to get the dust out and clean the rotor before I install it. There we go, just install everything back. Last words of wisdom: do not forget to pump your brakes before you start the car, because you see the gap between the rotor and the pad, so that needs to be pumped back into the position. And that's it. The two questions that I had also: what happens if everything heats up as you brake? Would that thing melt? And the answer is no, because we're very far away from the pad and the rotor, and majority of the heat goes into the rotor anyway, because that's the softer part, and that metallic thing heats up and then cools. Whereas the pad, the heat might not even get to here, and if it does, not a lot. And the second part is, will it sustain the pressure? And I think it will, because the package lists it as 4,000 psi. 4,000 psi is enough to cut steel like this. So just to hold it in place, you know, sort of like wedged in between, for 4000 psi, that should be very sufficient to not break. So yeah, just wanted to update you. But the opposite side I did the first time, that held well. I drove it, the clunk disappeared. This didn't clunk too much. You could still hear some of it, and I figured I'll just replace or do the same fix on this side, and you know, so there will be no more complaints. And yeah, so if you know any other fixes how to remove that clunk, and it's so annoying when you drive it, really, I can understand that. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any other solution.